Hello.
Hello. Oh, wow, we're at the
Hi.
same time.
I know. We're all together
God,
this
we're
time.
so synced. What's going on?
I don't know.
It's gonna be like a really shitty topic, and like the power's gonna go out. Like the internet's gonna be shitty. We won't be able to reconnect. That's what's gonna happen. You'll watch. You'll watch.
Thanks for putting
Was
the
that a
bad
threat?
juju on us, please. Just hexed us.
Like, I curse this podcast. You watch.
You thought you were doing good. Not anymore.
I just want to point out that I'm not drinking alcohol today. But like I'm still super red in the face and very
You are.
Yeah.
but so fishy. I just
Are you like?
oh it's
Is your
hot.
skin like still hot?
It's so hot.
Perimenopause?
Oh fuck, probably.
It can happen around 35 and up, like it starts 10 years before menopause.
No, yeah. I don't know. It could be that I just had like a really hot shower. No,
You
because
should have
then
cooled off
the
by
rest
now.
then the rest of me would be listen,
Yeah.
I don't know. My body's fucking weird. It's fine.
If you go to a doctor, they'll probably just say that's normal.
Mine's the same though.
Like,
Look,
leave it
Yeah.
to it.
Your
but
face is
mine's because I have high blood pressure.
Jessica's normal skin. Look, her skin matches.
I feel like I'm red, but it's just not picking up. Like, I don't know.
But you can tell.
I'm pale.
Yeah.
I'm so
skin.
pale. I'm like ghost
so am I,
white.
Yeah, Domri's pale and she's the darkest one out of us. Like that's we'll have to
Am
like
I alive?
Oh, I think look, I think I have like skin tone if I went out in the sun. Like I'm a little yellow. Maybe I'm jaundice. Maybe I need to stop drinking.
Liver problems, right?
Okay, guys, every
Liver
Friday.
failing.
We're a drinking podcast 106 episodes in, and we're like, God, I don't feel good.
Oh man.
We're all getting liver failure.
Like
I have no idea what the problem could be, but
It's not drinking.
we stay hydrated. It's fine.
It's fine. We're not actually drinking every episode.
No, we really aren't actually. Like I thought
We
about
would
it,
die.
and I think
Oh
I'm
my
drinking
gosh.
like maybe only half episodes. The rest I'm drinking water or like.
Because you're sick.
Oh, I
I
know.
You're sick again. I can hear it.
Yes, I am. Okay.
Like you didn't tell us, but because I think we would have made fun of you. Yeah. See, you fucking sick bitch.
Well, I'm surprised Jessica didn't like clue in when she was all like, "Someone bring me wine," and I was like, "If you got the drugs."
Oh,
Like,
I
thought
thought
she
you
was
just
like,
wanted drugs. I was like, I got some. Like, that's
No.
fine.
No. I needed the other drugs, the legal kind.
Well,
some
weed
of
is
this
legal.
is legalized. Yeah.
No,
I
no.
know.
I
For
meant
your
drugs.
birthday, I
Oh.
need to like make an order for that guy to deliver to your house for me.
Yeah. No, it's a good weed guy.
Yeah, good weed
You
guy.
order online. You don't have to.
You don't have to talk to anybody.
deal
It's
with
like
people.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our like weed shops here are so like it takes a whole chocolate bar, which is like $25 to like get high.
Yeah.
I'm like, I make it at home and it's way less than that. But like sometimes you don't want to make it, just like coffee. You can make a coffee, but like what's the
Yeah,
fun in
sometimes
that?
you don't want to.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
100.
100.
Hey,
Okay.
Don.
Yeah.
Done.
What are you drinking tonight?
Water. Jessica, what are you drinking tonight?
Diet Coke. Sonia, what about you?
I just finished a coffee. And this is just water. There's nothing in it. I have work in the morning. I'm a grown up. It's not my fault.
I love when we started this podcast, we were all just like, yeah, party, drink, 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 you know, and now we're like, we have jobs
We have
and lives, and we're taking care of our kids.
and we're all
Like,
sick, and
Like, it's funny because
we ate so much.
because like the first couple of weeks we were just like, yeah, and like you could hear it because we're so sloppy about 30 minutes in. All you're like and like now we can like hold it up like until the end. Maybe like we've built up a tolerance, or we're just not making our drinks as
Not
strong.
always me. Not
Yeah.
always me, but
No.
that's fair.
Like maybe we're just building up a tolerance, or like the alcohol got weaker. I don't know. But even the episodes where we're drinking a lot, we're not as sloppy. Like we're just like our drunk brains are like, be professional. Like that's
This is a serious podcast.
oh yeah. We talk about serious topics, which I could get
Yes,
ready
we
for you
do.
guys.
yeah, I was getting like, where's the fucking wheel?
Listen, I'm getting it.
I
I'm
mean,
getting
we do touch on like serious things every once in a
Oh, yeah.
while, but we
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
don't
but we always
stay
like add a sense
serious
of humor
about
to
it.
it. That's all.
we just laugh and have fun with it. Because if the sky is falling, you might as well just have fun. That gives me like, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self?
Oh, jeez.
Don't date that drug dealer.
Was that Dan
That's
guy?
good advice.
I'm just saying, don't date that drug dealer.
You know what? I wouldn't mind dating a drug dealer. It's not a big deal for me. That's not like a deal breaker.
It like depends on like what kind.
They weren't that great.
Yeah, it would really depend like what kind of drug dealer they are. Like I don't want a drug dealer that's dealing with, you know, that cuts their drugs
Oh,
in
yeah.
a
Yeah, I get-
dangerous way. I
Yeah.
don't want a drug dealer that, you know, sells to teenagers.
Yeah.
I don't want a drug dealer, you know, like it really
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
You want the
Like,
responsible
there
there's
have to
some
be-
good ones out there, you
Yeah,
know, but
yeah. Our morals will have to match first, right? Like that, I think.
yeah.
But I think that's for like any relationship. Like your morals have to match, even if they're a drug
They
dealer.
They
Yeah.
should anyway. I mean, a lot of like divorces are happening now because of like the whole male sphere. And then these men are like, oh, I have to be the man in the relationship. And these women are like,
fuck that.
Yeah.
Worked for me for 20 years, but I don't know if I can do another 20.
Yeah, no, thank
So.
you. 18. I've already met Kyle. And so I'll be like, oh, bitch, you're gonna be stuck with him forever.
But what's the advice? Just it's just a warning.
It's just a warning. There's no advice. It's just like, listen, that's what's gonna happen. Oh, advice, I'd be like, buy that land across from Kyle's parents now, while it's only $15,000, not $1 million when you want to farm. Like, you don't want to live in the country now, but when you're 27, you're gonna want to. So, like, buy that land now. And then when you're 35, you're gonna move across provinces, and your friends are gonna hate you. So buy that land now.
Yeah, I think like anyone our age, it's like if you could talk to your 18-year-old self, it'd be like, it doesn't matter how you do it. Acquire something now. A house, land. It doesn't matter if it's shit. It'll like 10 times be worth more, you know? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just get it.
Just fucking steal it if you have to. But it'll be
Pretty
fine.
much.
Oh my gosh. At 18, I'd be like, rob a fucking bank, go to prison, because then by now I'd be out and I would have my money.
Yeah.
Dang. Dang.
I think they take the money though. Like it's
That's why you hide it.
What if I lost it? I
Yeah.
lost it. Like
then how did they capture you?
After fingerprints,
after
they just
someone
know that she.
so one of my little like narc neighbors are like, hey, come get this bitch. And by then I had the money hidden because I lost it. I spent it all on
Well,
lottery.
I don't know where you'd hide it because they would definitely put finances into trying to find it.
There's a
And
hole in
after
the
that
yard.
paperclip episode, we're not very good at like hiding.
Yo, Kyle said you could just like Kyle said Don Marie's idea was the best idea because actually it would be really hard to like take apart your house and find something.
Yeah.
Don Marie, that's what Kyle said. He's like, scientifically, whatever, blah, blah, bullshit. Don Marie's was the best idea. Apparently mine was stupid. Asshole.
All mine kept breaking the game, so I didn't.
Yeah, we had to like make up new rules.
Yeah. So.
And then I had to kill off people or sleep with them, whatever one.
No,
like,
you were killing them off. Or like you were just supposed to have sex with them, and then you're like,
I
no.
was fine with that. I was like, I'll have. Except you kept bringing in wives, and I was like, if I can't sleep with them, I'll kill them. Like that's it.
Yeah,
I will link to this episode in the description so people can hear the full thing.
Yeah,
because we broke the game with that one.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of these topics we break them. Like we're like, wait, that's not enough information. But like really, it only gives me enough space to put 2 lines, guys. I can't be like detailed.
No, it's because we have the tism and we think outside of what we're supposed to go. Like it is a simple question which could have had a simple answer, but then our tism kicks in and we have to complicate shit. That's just how we are.
Just complicate everything.
Yeah, we just like, no, wait, there's variables. We need to think about this. And then we turn it into a math equation. That's all.
But dumbass.
I got pregnant at 18.
I was going to say, so did I. So, like, probably birth control would have been.
Yeah, you're like, don't miss that pill, bitch.
I always like say like with my son and his like bio father and stuff, we stayed together for about 4 years, and that was 4 years too long. Especially because I literally got pregnant like the first month we were dating because I was on birth control, but then I was starting a new antidepressant. And so they wanted to take me off the birth control first, see how the antidepressant does, put me back on the birth control, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Because hormones are complicated.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having problems with the birth control too anyway. But so yeah, my thing is I would have left while I was pregnant. Like I wouldn't have stayed in that relationship because it wasn't very good and he's not around anyway.
Yeah, it didn't work out anyway.
So it saved me a lot, you know, like I would have just been like, okay, you know. It's not like he paid child support for very much. I think he paid for like 2 years, $184 a month.
That's
Canadian.
2 years more than I got. Although you can get pregnant on birth control and using condoms, and the first time you have sex, and it only takes 2 seconds. Just so you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's Swiss cheese, right? It's like, you know, the only 100% proof way to not get anything from sex is to not have sex. And even that's faulty because of non-consensual instances.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's like if you really don't want to get pregnant, he has to wear a condom. You have to be on birth control. Like you want to put as many barriers.
Back to me. 10 feet apart and away from each other. Don't even breathe on each other.
That's right. You guys, every man should have access to a free vasectomy.
Oh my God. Yes.
It's at least
that's such a simple procedure too.
The in and out, like... and maybe a day of tender testicles. That's it. Except for like, sorry, Terry, I'm outing you. My brother had like almost lost his balls because like got something wrong with the inside.
Oh damn!
Yeah, like I was like, oh fuck, but that's like super rare. Super rare.
Compared to like the complications with like childbirth, like
Yeah.
like like with I had this one best friend. She has 5 kids, and most of them were not planned, and her husband kept refusing to get a vasectomy, and she ended up getting an IUD finally, but then it ended up falling out, and like all this shit, and he would like and like he wouldn't always wear a condom either. I was like, that's he's not a good guy, like the fact that he can watch you get like, I think one of hers was a cesarean, and and I'm like, the fact that he can like watch you deliver these children, watch you have to go into the hospital because of your birth control, watch you have to do this, and he can't go in for a simple procedure that my husband Chris, not very good with pain. I don't he's not gonna get mad at me for saying that. He's not very good with pain, was able to get it done. Are you kidding me? Like,
Why would you still have
women
sex
are
with this
gross.
person? Like, if they're not gonna be like, like if you ask them and they keep telling you no, why would you still be with them? Or
Well, then he's
like,
I
close with
brought it
them.
up to him, and other like of her friends had brought it up to him too, and he kept getting like mad about it. Like mad that we were talking about it. Yep.
yeah.
And it's just it makes me so mad. They're together since like high school, so it's one of those. But it makes me so mad.
I'd be that shit like that makes me mad too, because the bar is literally on the floor. Like, all they have to do is say they provide for your family, and that's it. Like that. Sometimes I like to like. Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, are my standards just really really high? Because there's so many women who let their men just like be dicks. Not let them, because you don't own each other. It's just, but like they don't. They're like, whatever.
And they accept the behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, whatever. That's just men are like that. But like, no, they're not.
It's like we're supposed to both treat them like children and then also think they're the better sex. It's like those two things don't work. Like, do they need to be babied because they don't know how to like do simple chores? Or are they the stronger, smarter, like,
Yeah.
sex out there? Like, I don't, those don't go together. And I personally look for someone that expects the same out of me. Like, like if they like, it should be very like, what's the word? Egalitarian.
Yeah, you're a team.
If one
you know?
person can do more, if one person can pay more, if one person can do these things, then yeah, do those things.
Yeah.
But those things change day by day anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it's like, no, these chores are, it's like, if I can't do the dishes, Chris will do the dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it's
gotta
not
pick up the slack. Yeah, yeah.
Like, so like me and Dave, we have an agreement that right now he's the one working, I'm staying home because he makes more money. But if any point I start making more money than him, like let's say I sell a book or whatever, and I start being like an author, like a well-established author, then he would quit his job and I would work full-time and he would stay home with the kids. No problem. But whoever makes the most, like, works. And then if it ever switches off, and he would have no problem doing that. None.
I want to take this idea back as like husbands that go out to work support their stay-at-home wives. And I want to reverse that and say the wives are staying home so that the husbands can work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Like,
yeah, without the
it's
person
like,
that stays home, how are you gonna go to work, right? Like
Yeah.
that. Without
Yeah,
you
that's
and if the
being
husband
home.
wasn't there, the woman would be doing what she needs to do for the family anyway.
Yeah.
So if she's staying home specifically so you can work full time, then you paying the bills is not enough because she's the one making it so you can.
Yeah.
So I hate when like trad wives, have you seen
Oh my
those
God,
on
yes.
TikTok?
Yes. Traditional
Oh my gosh.
wives.
Yeah, like Yeah, like the women that are supporting the idea of traditional wives, and it's
Makes
like,
me nuts.
yeah, I'm like, it's fake. What you're doing is fake. Like, you like being oppressed. Okay, that still doesn't give you the right to like oppress others. Like, I don't understand, but yeah.
Feminism is the right to choose if
Woo.
you want to stay home or if you want to work. Feminism is your husband gets to stay home with your kids, like if you can. So, like,
Yeah.
Kyle is the one that's raised all 4 of our kids. Like, well, I'm always in school and always working. Um, and there's never been a time where I'm like, you're not doing enough at home, or he's like, you're not doing enough here. Because we are a team. So we see where the other person is slacking. Well, not slacking, but like unable to finish a task that they usually do. And then the other person does it. Like, I like after work, I like take a nap because I'm tired. And he's not like, no, I've been home all day. You can't nap. I'm like, I need a nap. And he's like, okay, go have a fucking nap. Like, you don't have to ask. Like, we've never had it where he's like, I've been home all day or I make dinner every day. Like,
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
are a team. Always have been. Like, his wins at home are my wins and my gains at work are his gains. Right. So it's,
Well, and like that's how it
Yeah.
should, it should be.
Yeah.
Like, I hate, I hate, like, I'm married. I'm in a straight marriage, and I hate the idea of straight marriages, like, in the societal scheme of things.
Yeah.
Just because, like, it's like, the old ball and chain and just like the way it's all talked about, even though men disproportionately benefit from it. It just makes me
Did you see
mad.
that video about the dude that went to go get the fixings for not pumpkin pie for his wife? Okay. There's been this video where this guy goes, so the wife is like, can you go pick up all the stuff for pumpkin pie? So he goes to the grocery store and he's grabbing the stuff and he realizes she doesn't have pumpkin pie filling in the list. So he calls her. She doesn't pick up. He texts her. She doesn't answer. He's on his way. So then he leaves it at the store. He grabs everything else, but leaves the pumpkin pie filling there because it wasn't on the list. He's in the car on the way home and whatever. She calls him back and she's like, sorry, I was busy, as one would be. And he's just like, oh, I was just asking if you needed pumpkin pie filling. She's like, oh, no, I forgot to put it on. He's like, oh. He gets in the house and he's just like, yeah, I'm not getting it now. And then she obviously got mad. He's like, well, no, I called you and texted you and you didn't answer. Therefore, not my problem anymore. Wouldn't you just grab it knowing that you needed it?
Canned pumpkin pie mix. Like, it's gonna last a while. Like,
Yeah.
worst case scenario, make an extra pie.
yeah, it's like worst case scenario, you have too much pumpkin
but his
pie
reason
mix.
was
Like,
he didn't want to do that because then you would have 2 cans and we only make 1 a year and whatever. And I was just like,
he wanted to punish her. He was
he wanted to
punishing
punish
her. So now he didn't go to the store to pick up things anymore. Like, that's what
Yeah,
it
so
was.
she's like, well,
It's
can you
like,
go back? And he's like, no, I'm not going back. And I was just like, wow. So I asked Dave the same scenario. I'm like, okay, if this happened, what would you do? He's like, I would have grabbed the pumpkin pie mix. Like, it's right there. If I see it, why am I not grabbing it? Like, it's not
you've
a big
guys
deal.
seen, I've sent Chris to the store and I'm just like, I just grabbed some like crackers, meat, and cheese. And then it comes back with like 5 different cheeses. And like
way overboard.
yeah, every time.
I asked Dave to get me a dress for we were going to Niagara Falls, me, Teresa, Sonia, Katie, like it was like some bachelorette day trip thing, right? And I asked Dave to hand Teresa a dress, just one dress so I could wear flowing, like whatever. He handed her three because he's like, I don't know which one here. Like, he was just like, yeah, no, because I don't want to get it wrong. So he handed me like 2 summer dresses and like I think it was a tight one, but whatever. He was just like, there, she has choices.
No.
Yeah.
Kyle's tism
Well, but
would not like this. That would be Kyle's. Like, Kyle would not pick up like the extra. It's not on the list. He won't get it, and then he will not go back to the store. because he would have a meltdown. Like that's just not, and then like he wouldn't think outside the box like that. Like he'd be like, okay, I need to know specifically what dress, or he'll just be like, no, I can't do it. Like that's just like
But
how
you know what
his
else he
brain
wouldn't
works.
thing, right?
do?
That's not like
But
a punishing.
No.
well, that's what I was gonna say. You know what else he wouldn't do? He wouldn't make a TikTok about it
No,
and go,
he
"You want to
wouldn't.
know what marriage life is like?" Like
Yeah.
that's
You want to know what
yeah.
married
So
life
that's
is like?
Yeah.
different. That's how he starts the video.
that's how
He's
he
like,
does.
"Want
He's
to know what like marriage is like?" And then he explains the story.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like the idea of like orange peel theory going around on TikTok. Did you see that, Dawn?
No.
It was kind of around the same story, and the idea of orange peel theory is like if you have like an orange and you ask you like someone, you're like, "Hey, do you mind peeling this orange for me?" It's like a small, simple task that you can do yourself
Oh,
that you're like
yes, I
asking
have
someone
seen it.
else
Yeah.
to do. Yeah, and then they'll do it for you. And so all these girls were like it doesn't always have to be an orange, but a lot of them took it literally and were like asking their like boyfriends to peel oranges for them, and you get like the one boyfriend being like, why do we even the fuck have oranges? Like go get it yourself, I'm busy, you know, kind of thing, all the way up to boyfriends that were like, I didn't even know you eat oranges. I'll like hop out right now. Like, are you sure oranges or did you mean tangerines? Like, you know, and like gives options, right? And just the spectrum of like people that like didn't get it. It was just
I
yeah.
seen some girl hand the orange to her husband. She's like, "Can you peel this for me?" And he started like right away. He's like, "Oh wait, let me go grab a knife." And she's like, "No, I actually don't really want the orange." And he's like, and he was so confused. He's like, "Well, then why did you hand it to me? I was gonna peel it for you, like you asked." And she's like, "No, it was for a TikTok, and you passed." Fuck. It was
But the
hilarious.
idea is like even like when our like husbands make us coffee, it's like a simple
Yes.
task we
Yes.
can do.
Yeah. Or
But if we like ask them to do that for us, then they do, you know, and that's
I don't
what it
even
is.
have
It's
to
like the little
ask
things.
anymore. I wake up and there's a hot coffee sitting on the computer desk for me every morning when Dave gets off at nights. He like already gets me my coffee and has it right there ready for me.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. I can open my window right now and be like, oh, Kyle, can you make me a coffee? He'll go make me one. Like, that's just because I could easily just go make a coffee, but it'll be like 10 times a day. I'll be like, oh, can you make me a coffee, please? And he will. Like that's the orange, right? Like if you take care of each other like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now people are in relationships where they ask for them to do that and they go, fuck no. Why would I?
Yeah. Oh
And then they're like staying. Like that's how low the bar is.
Yeah. No. If your partner won't peel an orange for you, it doesn't matter if you can. That's not the point. But if they're like, no, maybe upgrade. That's just
Yeah,
moral
maybe that
of
should be
the
the bare
story.
minimum.
Yeah.
Peels oranges for me.
Yeah. That's because it's not just like men that are like that. There's women too and non-binary. It's just partners in general. Like if your partner won't open and peel an orange for you, get out of there.
I think the reason a lot of it is focused on men doing that though is just because women are socialized to be caretakers. So a majority of us do kind of take that role in the people in our space, you know, versus like men aren't all, especially men our age, are not socialized to be caretakers. So they have to like learn that in the relationship. So.
Yeah. I don't know why Kyle's like that. Probably because his mom raised him to be that way. Yeah. And his dad's like that too. Like Kyle's mom will ask for something and like his dad will do it. Like just gas in the car. Like I don't think she's ever had to gas up her car. He's always putting gas in it and wiper fluid, making sure everything's fine. Like that's another love language too. It's just like it's the orange peel, but it's something different.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe it's a learned thing. That's why you need good partners so your kids can be with good partners. Like
it's like like empathy is a taught skill.
Yeah.
You know, you have to learn it. Kids have to learn it. So, yeah. Teach your kids not to be assholes.
Yeah, and don't wait until they're 18.
Oh my god, by then it's too late. You gotta
It's
assert
too late
dominance
then.
when they're young.
Yeah. So the
18.
18. That was so long ago. Like I was like, what?
I would have cut my parents out earlier.
I
It
would have
takes
spent more
would've
time
cut
with my
them out.
mom.
Yeah, because that Dom Ray's 18 wasn't a good year.
No.
No, it was not a good year. I think it's really hard to cut out your parents. Even if
I was
you
already
know-
not living with them for like 2 years at this point. And now I was pregnant, lived with my boyfriend and everything else. So like for me to like they weren't involved in my daily life to begin with, and a lot of it was me reaching out to them. So already by that point, actually me and my mom didn't really talk from 16 to 18, but then when I got pregnant, she kind of came back around. So I feel like that's why I didn't cut her out, because I was like, oh, she's coming back, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. My mom still liked
But
me
I
at
would have
18.
told myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Because she liked Kara. I don't know if she liked me, but she liked Kara. And they would like play video games all the time. There was like Zaboonies or something. I don't know. But Kara would always play computer games with my mom. Like that was their thing. And then I don't know what happened. We talked about this before in our trauma dumping episode. But like she still liked me then. Like 18 wasn't like a lot going on for me. I was like a young mom. I had Kara. So I was just like living my life. I would not get that apartment that I got. My first apartment. I would not have gotten that one. It was cute.
I love
but
that
like,
apartment though.
I know, me too. It was so amazing. But it was like the heating was so much because the windows weren't sealed correctly. And when
There's
I asked,
electric heat.
yeah, floor electric heating, radiated heating thing. And when I asked the landlord to like do something about it, she's like, no. So like I was like, okay. But it was gorgeous. The hardwood floors, the building was older. There was a balcony with like steps to go out. So it was like I had like an extra mud room.
Yeah.
2 large bedrooms.
Old apartments.
Yeah. Yeah, I would not get that apartment. I would get a different one. I would have tried to get like where I was at before, like the Quigley place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have stayed there.
The one that's down the street from me. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been like that was a good apartment because that's what was like my next apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, should have just did that one at first.
I would have told myself to be more confident. I was not a very
Oh
confident
my gosh!
teenager.
Yes.
I would have just like told myself like all the things that you think people think you're annoying about, like people are gonna love when you're older.
Yes. Yes. That's what I tell like my kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it. More self-confident, like, but like body image
Yeah.
wise.
Love yourself.
Too.
Yeah, that too. Like you're gonna wish
Oh.
you were as like skinny as you think, you know,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
fat as you are now.
You are not fat. That does like
you're actually too skinny now. Just like
Yeah.
that, you
Yeah.
are too skinny. You don't need to be skinnier. You're too skinny. I'd be like that. Just love yourself is probably like a really good. Yes. I didn't really have self-confidence until I was with Kyle. Like that was like my partner before then was always like, you'd be prettier if you lost 10 pounds when I was 98 pounds, you know, like, so then I got with Kyle and like, there's been times where I'm over 200 pounds and he's like, give me that, no, you know? So like, it really depends on the person you're with. Always has never, ever made me feel less than like, cause I'm always fluctuating up and down, and every single size I am, he's always just like trying to eat ass. So that's what you need. You need somebody who'll peel your orange and want to get in that booty.
Eat ass. Peel your oranges and eat ass.
Yeah. Right. That's a bar. That's where it's set.
Put that on like a dating profile.
I want someone that peels oranges and eats ass.
That's it. That's all I want. No matter how much ass there is, how much or little, it needs
The limit does not exist.
That's right. Yeah.
All the ass must be eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like personally, like I feel like I lost out on opportunities because I was so nervous about like trying. You know what I mean? For like so many years, I just didn't do anything. And I feel like if I just like knew what I know now, it would have been okay.
That's always the advice people give, right? They're like, "Oh man, if I knew what I know now," and like you always hear older people giving younger people advice, and younger people are like, "Nah, nah, 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 nah." It's because those old people know, okay? Like we've been through it, and like even I was like, "No, no, 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 that will never be me," and it's me now. Like just like, damn it, I should have paid attention.
I know it stresses me out now because now I picture future me thinking back to this moment going, man, if I only knew.
Right?
And I'm like, what don't I know?
What
Don't I know?
Like future Jessica's like, oh come on. We thought about this, like, you
Make
know.
better choices, Jessica. What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. What choice did I make?
Yeah, I'm just like, oh god. What happened?
This is why I have crises all the time because I think about future Jessica and it's just a problem.
Is future Jessica a problem or is past Jessica present?
Ask future Jessica. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, that was, oh my god, that was 20 years ago, by the way, being 18. I just did the math. I don't like it. I don't like it.
15 for me.
18 for me.
So,
how is it 18 for you if it's 18 for me? No, it's 20 for me.
So it would be 18 for me.
Oh my gosh.
So you need to go to bed. Take a nap, honey. Take a nap.
I've had like zero sleep this past 9 days.
You don't need alcohol, just sleep deprivation. You know, you get the same effects.
I'm like, I gotta stay hydrated, just try and stay awake. Have you ever like that was like a studying technique where like if you drink too much water, you'll just have to pee all the time so you can't like get too comfy. But like it just made it really hard to study because my bladder was always full.
Yeah.
It's not a good.
Oh, a thing I would have told myself at 18 is get your driver's license then. Because I was fearless then than I am now. Because now I'm like riddled with anxiety.
Yeah, the anxiety gremlin got bigger the older you got. Yeah.
So I should have got my license at 18. Should have done it then. Because now I'm fucked. I'm not doing it now.
I've always had Kyle. I feel like that's what I did. Like, oh, like what is my life? Like my whole life now has always been Kyle. Like I had a life before Kyle, but it's been so long I don't remember. Like that's it. First it was Dom.
Yeah, I will never know a Sonia without a Kyle.
That's right. That's
like
we're a package deal.
That's it.
Yeah, 18. I would say
I would have told myself. Oh, go.
Oh no, I was gonna say don't buy Kyle that gift. So our first like Christmas together, he would always we'd always go for walks, and he would always take my fucking scarf. So I went out and got like the nicest, softest, most expensive scarf my poor ass could afford, and then he's like, "I hate this gift," because it was a thoughtful gift. He's like, no, I should have known then that like that was be my life where I like, okay.
oh no.
But like now it's just an ongoing joke because like I'm like, just buy yourself something and put my name on it.
Fair. I mean, it's less work for you.
Yeah, now I just like give him handies. No, that's my that's my orange peel, right? Like that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
my
It's
peeling the
something he
orange
can
fruit.
do himself,
Yeah,
but you're just yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And then like I don't have to like
I would
celebrate birthdays. It's just every day.
you just like holidays it's just he knows. He's just
Yeah,
gets
he's
in a
like,
position.
happy birthday,
Merry Christmas. Happy Easter.
did you take the garbage
Oh,
out?
I need a coffee.
Mm.
Mm.
Not from home. Like if it's a coffee that he has to drive to.
Yeah.
Like because if
Tim
it's at
Hortons
home,
trip, McDonald's,
because-
I need a Big Mac.
yeah. If it's something that he has to like leave the house for, then it's a holiday candy. Okay. What would you tell yourself, Jessica?
I was gonna say I would have taken something different in school.
Mm.
I probably would have taken my sociology degree, or at least planned to do something in it. I guess at the very least.
Is that like
I kind of
what kind
took
of
it.
job is that? Like teaching other people
You know,
sociology?
no, like science research, social work, um,
What is
therapy. Like a lot of them go into psychology after.
but you still have
Because
to take those
sociology is very
courses. Like I
yeah. But
yeah.
it's like if you have the degree, it's like an 8-month program
Oh,
to
they're
be
like,
able to
oh, I'm
get like
adding on to it.
yeah to get like a certificate added onto it, and then you can like do social service work and like other things. And you know, a lot of cops get sociology degrees now. I almost was a cop back in the day when I believed the propaganda. um it was just kind of like one of those things that I was like, oh, CAS and like working with children with disabilities, a lot of sociology where it's just like sociology is so broad, it's
Yeah.
dumb.
Because it's a
It's
study
like
of
you have to
society.
specialize.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to specialize. Like I took a lot of family and sociology courses, so that was kind of where my specialization was. But it was just like I was just doing it because I was getting good marks, you know. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, I need a degree. Like
When I
I
was
don't have
taking
time
like
to
my
waste. These
minor in
loans are
like
expensive.
when I was taking my minor in economics, a lot of people were doing sociology and then they branched off to economics.
I had
Yeah,
to
I
take
took an economics
sociology.
course first year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to take
Yeah.
it because it's part of social work.
I had to take it for my
Yeah.
one
Well,
of my
that's
business
yeah.
courses.
Yeah, because it's the statistics, right? That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's just
Oh my god, it's so much
Yeah.
it's either like 10-20 page essays or statistics. Like that's it. That's all it
Yeah.
is. It's like a
Yeah,
hell of a
yeah,
lot of writing or a lot of numbers.
So
It's
much
so
numbers.
annoying.
And then on top of it, I was already taking accounting, right? And then we were taking so I was taking accounting, business marketing, we were doing economics, and then there was advertisement. Like we were doing so many like mini courses, like just so many numbers all the fucking time.
I hate numbers. There was one of the courses I was taking. I don't know. I've been in school too much. And there was an accounting class. I don't remember what it was for, but I just got Kyle to do all my work. I'm like, and then like because you could do the exams, everything was online. And then when I went to do the exam, it was just multiple choice. And I was already passing everything else like with high marks. I was like, I can fail this and it's fine. So, but I didn't. I got like 70%. So yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you
one
both
of
for the
my
choice.
one of my mandatory courses for the degree, which was like a full year course, was stats. It was just statistics, and it was just a million different fucking equations. And then after they teach you the equations, they teach you a program that does the equations
Yeah,
for you.
that does
Yeah.
everything for you.
There's two programs.
I was like, why did we just spend So much. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Oh my. See, I would take something else. I would have probably stuck with theater or something. I would have like taken that risk, gone into like prop design or something that way. But I was a pregnant teen in a shitty relationship, and I just signed up for whatever I could qualify for. So
I was still doing high school at
18.
18. I finished. I did 18, I think. Yeah, 18 I went back to school. High school, and I did all 4 years in my 1 year. And Kyle did a lot of that too. Math, he did like all 3 of my maths. He did my sciences. Yeah, Kyle did my high school. And like before that, which is funny because I did a little bit of credits before where I got another nerd to do work for me. I was like, oh, like, can you help me with this? And he did all my work. And then Kyle did all my work. So like you just you get a nerd.
I was a nerd.
You were the nerd.
I did all my work myself, and then I would help other people if they needed help. Like I had the time.
No, I was like, oh, Kyle, can you do this for me? And he did.
I took a leap year. Like I took an extra year. I wasn't able to take the full one because
the
I
victory
had a
lap.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the victory lap. Yeah, so I took like just an extra semester and just stayed until I was 8 months pregnant just cuz I wasn't happy with my English mark. But then I was taking an extra drama course cuz I just wanted easy peasy courses, and they were like, "You already have all the like drama credits we can give you. We have to give you an OAC credit." So I had to do like extra work to qualify for this 5th year credit that like I had to do like a Russian play and shit like that, me and like 2 other kids in this full class because we were the only ones getting this credit. And I don't remember anything from it, but I remember it was fun. I don't but yeah, see, I liked school. I was like in school all the time.
Yeah, Nick's taking the victory lap because we were discussing. I was like, "Do you want to do college or what?" And he's like, "No, I'm going to do another year." I mean, he just turned 17, so he's still
He
young.
lost a year too.
Yeah, with COVID.
With COVID.
Yeah, so he didn't really get much of a high school experience. Like he just started getting on teams and stuff, and so he wants to do a victory lap. And I was like, "Yep, go for it." So he's doing that, and then next year we're gonna look at colleges again. But we're already started like narrowing it down.
Brandon's doing a victory lap too. We homeschool, so he'll be qualifying. Like he's already smart. He's been smart enough since like 12 to pass high school. But like so he's gonna get a homeschool diploma, but he also wants to get his GED. So, but in here you can't get until you're 19. So he's doing a victory lap of studying for his GED, which he already knows all the answers, but it's mostly practicing taking tests. Like that's what he really needs to practice is like he has no experience really in his high school taking tests that are you need to sit down for a long time and get them done. And
yeah,
that's what his victory lap is, learning how to take tests.
It is a separate skill.
Yeah,
like knowing the subject and being able to like I have a problem with short answer questions. Long form or multiple choice. That's all I can do. But you give me a short answer, it's really hard for me to concisely put the points. So those tests I was not very good at. But yeah. 18.
18. I don't know. Like yeah, like that's part like the only thing is the like land thing was just like a big setback in my life. Like that was like everything else I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's cool. Maybe save more.
I would have kept my nanny's house.
Oh yeah, see? But you were bullied into selling it.
Oh yeah. But then that was when I was 19, right? But I would have told 18-year-old, don't let that fucker bully you into selling. Like
yeah, you were bullied. Yeah. That's like not your fault. And then like the people who were bullying, as soon as that situation was over, fucked right off. Like it was a disgusting scenario.
For everyone who wants to know, it was my stepdad. That
Yeah. Yeah.
that was the
Rocket Buddy. It's okay.
What was it? It called something of the estate, the executor of the estate. Only because it was supposed to go to my mother, but she passed the year before my nanny. And then my nanny passed literally, was it like 11 months after her? And then so the house technically went to me because I turned 18. But my stepdad was like, no, you want to sell. It's too much responsibility for an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old who's about to be a mother. I was like, oh yeah, I guess you're right.
It's gross.
And then he wanted a fee for the executive of the estate fee. And then I wouldn't give it to him. So then he threatened to kill me.
Yeah.
Like
and
legit threatened to kill me.
Men are so emotional.
Yeah. And the lawyer was pretty sketchy too. Every time her mom's husband, boyfriend person would call drunk, he would call drunk. They billed him, which took off of Dahmerie's end amount that she would get. And it was like thousands of dollars.
Yep.
For these phone calls.
Every drunk phone call.
The bar is on the floor.
Yeah.
No. 18. I think of all the animals I could have now. I already have so many. So many I have. I would, you know what? I wouldn't push the relationship, Kara, with her bio father. I would not push it. And I'd be like, he's dead. That's what I would say. I'd be like, sorry, Carrie's dead. And she'll cry for a week, but then she'll never have to deal with his bullshit again. Like, I should have just cut that out instead of being like, hey, come hang out with your kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like she has to know that on her own. Because what if he decided to try to come back randomly to spite you, and then she would have resented you?
Yeah, but now she's like, I wish you didn't lie, because I never ever told
she got the
her.
Chance to know.
Yeah,
but if she didn't, she might have been hurt by you.
Oh yeah, that's the problem, right? You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think you did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
On giving her that choice, that when she turned 18 she had every right to whatever, but you did the best you could.
It was at 16 you made the right choice. She started being like, I don't want to be alone with him anymore. And then after that, it was just less and less and then at 19 she was like, I never want to talk to you again. But at 18 I'd be like, okay, just step back, don't push this like that. Then it would be less hassle.
Let the chips fall. Yeah.
It would be way less hassle now.
Same advice. I mean, my ex used to like to pretend he wanted custody, but he didn't. Most of it was just to punish me. I mean, he didn't even show up to court. He took me to. He filed and then didn't show up. If that's not a sign that he didn't actually care about the custody and he just wanted to have me lose a day of work and have me have to pay a lawyer and me have to come down and do all this, So, I probably would have cut that out, because even up until then, I was always just like, oh, well, if he wants to have a relationship, especially because he keeps having children, and I feel like my son should be able to know his siblings.
That's the only reason you're keeping in contact.
Circling back, vasectomy. We need free vasectomy.
Free vasectomy. As soon as they're 18, they have the choice to have a free vasectomy.
Maybe I'll tell my 18-year-old self to start petitioning for that. And then maybe by now at 32 it would be available.
We've the whole menstrual items in bathrooms that started when I was 18. That's how long that's been going on, where people with uteruses are like, hey, let's get hygiene products in all bathrooms. It's from work, right? We want them free anyway, but in the workplace is a good start.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. Like, I wonder how many jobs are actually gonna abide, because it's gonna be really hard for employers to like push that without losing their jobs.
Yeah.
So
My job can't provide that. Well, they don't have to. So, because I go to other people's homes, I don't have like a legit office to work in. So
Yeah.
my job gets scot free. They don't have to provide that. I feel like
Yeah, they're not.
they provide rubber gloves, so I guess I'm good. That's good.
That's good. That's something.
I don't have to pay for my own gloves. I'm sure they'd try to get away with it if they could.
Well, hell, there's teachers out there paying for their own school supplies, so
Yeah,
True.
pay for stuff. Yeah, people pay. I feel like if you commute to a job, your job should be paying you either the gas or for that time, something.
we get mileage, so that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, very little. It's like 50 cents or something like that, but it's better than nothing. But I don't get really vacation pay or anything. That's like within my hourly rate. Like it's not, which is already really low.
Can we eat the rich yet? I've that's advice I would give my 18-year-old self. I would radicalize myself then and not in my late 20s.
I've always been.
I just started earlier.
I've always been like, fuck these people.
Mm.
Let's help people. Like that's just been. I've always been annoying, like I am now. My siblings, I'm sure, are tired of it.
Well, I've always been like social justice, but I didn't know the history and extent of it. Like I would focus on like small issues like homelessness or like, like that kind of stuff, and not the systems that are causing those things to happen. It's like that bigger picture idea that didn't quite click until my late 20s, which is funny because I learned it all in my sociology degree. Didn't click until after.
Got that
so it was like
frontal lobe, right?
Yeah, like literally the frontal lobe hit, and I was like, oh my God, like these are like, this is all planned this way, like the system is by design kind of thing. And I think that would happen more just as I learned history of the world and not the history I was taught as well. So like being out of school.
Yes,
and
we can
learning
learn the
those
real
things.
history. Yeah.
Yeah, like that definitely helped. So I probably would have just like given my 18-year-olds that made like a PowerPoint and like breezed through history,
But like social media then to now is totally different too. Like you learn more. I mean, you get a lot of false information as well on the internet now, but like there's also a lot of more available information too on social media. Like people are recording everything.
Yeah, that's it. Now history will be shown on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Before it was only the winners that got their voices heard.
But
Now
only the news sources would provide the news and not individuals showing their side.
Yeah, now there's more sides being shown, which is great. But there's a lot of with having so much access to people showing news, and there's a lot of negativity. Like that's it. It's all like the only downside is there's a lot of negative.
Well, I also think like real life is just negative.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like if you put all the amount of like positives and negatives on a scale around the world, negatives really like they're winning. Yeah. So like I feel like positivity has to be like a choice you're making. You're like, I'm going to be positive today, and that's when you like kind of step away from your phone a little bit, touch grass.
Yeah. No.
Like
I like always telling the kids, like, because they have access to social media, so kids are kind of sometimes depressed before they have access to news all the time on social media and stuff, like than usual. The hormones, I mean, so since they have access to social media and stuff so young, their depression starts a lot earlier than when the hormones kick in to like intensify that shit. So I've always been telling the kids, like, yeah, the world's shitty. Sorry about that, but like just focus on your own world, right? Like what kind of things make you happy? Like what kind of things going out? Like, will helping other people make you happy? Like, we can try that. Like, hanging out with the animals makes you happy. Like, make your own personal world better. And
Before worrying about
unfortunately, you
somebody
can't
else.
worry about anybody, right? Like, just worry
No.
about yourself. Like, that's if you want to help others, wait until you're a grown up and you can manage your emotions. But when you're a kid, don't worry about that shit. Just worry about
There's still so many grown-ups that can't do that either.
Nope.
It's
So.
another learned skill that people should be going back in time and telling them their 18-year-old selves, like, in 20 years, it's going to be bad, man. You need to prep. I love prep groups, but they're so crazy. Like, a lot of they're like white. Like, they're like only white people will like inherit the earth. Like, that's so many prepping groups are like that. But I love the whole like
a lot of Nazis.
Yes, and I'm like, why can't there be a prepping group where like they're not Nazis and they believe in science? Like, why can't that? Like, where is there a group like that? Because I would love to.
I'm part of one, and I like ask questions every once in a while that seem benign, and I use their lingo, and it'll be like, "Hey, so like I'm practicing for what is it? They have their like little abbreviations and stuff like that, but it's like for the end of the world." And I'm just like, what video games would you recommend for simulating the apocalypse? And they'll fucking answer, right?
Oh
Shit
man,
like that. So I'll do shit like that, and like you'll get like some of them put Project Zomboid. They're like, it has the most realistic blah blah, and a lot of zombie games actually. Death and Decay, I think, was on there. Like a Fallout, of course. Just like all these games, like I'm like, that's literally what they think it's gonna be like.
yeah,
Like, in
like
their
that's
head.
it. Zombies or nuclear war is like the only two scenarios that they have. Like, nothing about water wars that are pretty sure gonna happen soon or happening already. Like, there's all these other things already happening, like Garbage Island and stuff, but no, it's nuclear or zombies.
Yeah.
That's it.
Solar flares is another one they're scared of with the solar eclipse coming up.
I'm so
they're worried.
excited for that. I have my glasses ready. I'm gonna call in sick at work. So if you're my work and you have me calling into sick, no, you didn't.
She's sick.
I'm all ready. I can feel it. Dawn Marie gave me her cold.
It's not gonna hit.
It takes a while to get there through the internet.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Dawn Marie's gonna be sick in a month. Like, Dawn Marie's always sick. So I'm pretty sure I'll catch it. Whatever fucking
I'll
plague.
lick your face or something. Just remind me to.
No, that's disgusting. That's germs.
No.
I don't want it.
Yeah, what do you think is gonna like? Do you want my illness or not? I have to share my germs.
I can't. I'd rather be healthy. No,
You want to see this eclipse or not? Like, come on.
No. There's also like the magnetic poles are due to shift anytime soon.
Oh
like
yeah, that's
the next 100 years and so, or tomorrow. We don't know because it won't happen gradually. It'll do like a quick little. That's a theory anyway. And like all of our electronics will be gone. Like, even people with like off the grid, like solar panels, like wind power, all those things will die. So that'll be interesting. I would cry. Like, no.
I'm excited. I mean, where climate change is like it's just going up from here, guys.
Dawn Marie won't be able to read
going
anymore. Like, your Kindle, you'll have to be like always every time you go to bed now. You'll have to like put it in like a tinfoil hat to keep it safe from the whatever pulse that would happen to all electronics. It's Y2K, but different.
For real.
For real, yeah. That would be my favorite. just because I think people just
Okay, so let's end this episode by warning the 18-year-old selves of all the potential things that are gonna end the world.
become paranoid.
Start early.
Yeah.
I'm 32 and I'm behind. I don't have enough prep. Yeah.
You could just come to my house. Isn't that the like game plan?
That's literally, I don't know if you remember, but when COVID started, I was like, I need a bug out plan. So
Yeah.
I printed out directions to Sonia's house and I have them in a backpack. And so it's like, if the power goes out, the internet goes out, doesn't matter. I have the directions printed on paper.
Old
So I will
school.
be, yeah, so I'll be coming to your house.
Yeah,
like
that's a good
that's what it
plan.
is.
There's enough room.
Yeah. All I got.
We start walking because your cars don't work. That's like that would just be my favorite. I have no advice for being 18 because I liked being 18. And up until now, it's shit, but like it's still great. I have a lot of fun with it.
When I was that age, I'm like, this is horrible. This is terrible. But then now I look back and I was like, oh, that was such an easy year. Like,
Yeah.
What?
I think up until about 28, like until like so the halfway point from now until like from then, I'm like, oh shit, and then
damn. Okay, well, this episode made me feel very old.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
that was not
That's
me.
That's what I'm taking away from this. To our VIP Patreon, Stephanie Hurst, what advice would you give 18-year-olds, your 18-year-old self? And anyone else listening, let us know in the comments below.
It doesn't have to be just Stephanie. It could be other people too.
Yeah, I'm willing to listen to everyone. Yeah, and do we have anything to promote?
Books and Booze is coming back.
Oh yeah, eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
next
So be
week.
on the lookout for that. Yeah, we're gonna have a couple episodes left of that, so that's very exciting. As well as I know there's some Comic-Cons and events coming in up in Toronto over the next couple months.
Yep.
So keep an eye on our social media because we'll post if we're gonna be there and what times, and you can come see us and say hi.
Yes.
And yeah, so that's it. So thank you everyone for listening and have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.